Ewok, so yeah, we just said it a moment ago. New lows over the course of this last week. Obviously, the main catalyst has been the FTX crap. Trading at 16.5K BTC, which is a low compared to the rest. Well, actually, we went into the 15s last week. That's the technically new low in this bear market. But midterm elections in the U.S. are now over. Republicans retain the House. Senate goes to the Democrats. And, of course, the White House is Democrats. So that noise is finally over with. There's a million different world issues we could get into, but I know you still think that the ultimate lows are coming. We've been banging the drum of them coming right here in this month in November all year long. And so far, looking pretty good on that prediction. But we've got a lot more to come. In December, we have another FOMC meeting on December the 13th and 14th, where we're likely getting at least another 50 basis point rate hike. Seems like maybe they could soften. I don't know. We're going to see, but at least 50 to 75, we think. So I ask you the question that we've kind of focused on every episode at the beginning, Ewok. Do you think the lows are in? And if not, what does I'll ask you this. What does the rest of the year, this next 6 weeks or so, look like to you?
Well, for Bitcoin and Ethereum and the other coins, I do not think the low is in. I have said a couple times that I do think our hex bottom has happened.
Yeah.
Only because there is so much buy support at the levels that they're at. When it does dip, it gets bought right back up. So you might catch a deal. That being said, I think, getting in at these prices is pretty good deal because it doesn't seem to want to go much lower. So, but yeah, for the rest of the markets, I do believe there's more to come, more downside.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I think the troubling thing with that theory, I guess, sometimes to me, and maybe I shouldn't appeal to authority so much, but there seems to be a lot of people that believe that and have that sentiment that are smart and charting guys and everything. And sometimes to me, it's almost like are there just too many people believing this and expecting it that it doesn't actually come?
That's a possibility. I think it could even go lower than what everyone's saying because, once things start to trigger, that whole cascade downward spiral can happen pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Things get liquidated. There's a lot of people calling 11K, but what happens if we go to 7? It's possible. It really is. Yeah, it's possible. Just from all the fallouts from the FTX, from the, there's still going to be coins sold. And Richard even said it the other day that he's like, I hope the government sells all the coins. That means they can't dump them later.
Get it over with.
Yeah, get it over with. They've got all those Silk Road coins that something's got to happen with. And again, I just said the other day, I said, I think there's going to be another major event that puts us down there because I don't think the FOMC meetings or the rate hikes or anything like that is going to get us there naturally. Something else has to trigger this. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I don't think like FOMC or anything would be like the big catalyst just by that announcement in terms of coming down or anything. But I think it could, we've had an amalgam of terrible crap that's happened here recently that maybe we haven't seen the full effects of the FTX collapse just yet, and you are starting to see that like kind of sentiment bottom form. And I think some people might want to throw sentiment out the window because it's not on the chart or whatever. But I really think it is important and interesting to look at. Just before we came on stream, I saw that our friend Charlie Munger, Mr. Rat Poison himself, came out with some new comments about how terrible crypto is and had another whole analogy about something about a sewer. I don't know what it is with him and sewers and rats when it comes to crypto. But we got to keep in mind with guys like him is he is 98 years old, which I did not realize until the other day.
Must be where he hangs out a lot, in the sewers with the rats.
I guess so, yeah. Maybe that's what 98-year-olds do. I'm not sure.
I guess.
But, we are starting to see more people like that come out, and now, I mean, it's getting to the point where, like, if you tell somebody that you could actually say this is true even towards the top of the market the last couple of years, but it's starting to get to the point where, like, that you would be embarrassed by, like, letting somebody know that you're involved in crypto or something. It's now like Bitcoin's still around. I mean, like people are starting to, especially with this FTX thing. I mean, it's getting like, black eye, everything's a scam. We're really starting to get that vibe out there.
Well, yeah, but then again, you point to them and all the hexagons that hashtag hex users unaffected. I don't know if it's pissing people off, but it sure does seem to be getting some attention, especially in the spaces online. So, I think you're going to see more of that. You're going to hear the world, the sky is falling and Bitcoin's going to zero. I don't think we've heard as much as we need to yet to signal that, but you're right. It is happening more and more. They're coming out, it's the worst thing ever, worst investment ever. But they don't look at the charts and they don't see that every 4 years there's an 85% pullback with Bitcoin and a 90% with Ethereum and 95 sometimes with altcoins. It's part of the world that we live in, and we know it, but those people that see those dips who are traditional investors just can't seem to wrap their heads around the fact that things can go down that far.
Yeah, they don't have the stomach for it and aren't used to it, I don't think. And it's interesting because for people that have been in crypto that long, you get a reminder of what a bottom feels like.